Hello, Leo. Thank you for tuning into your love reading. For the main part of the read, we're using the Velima Tarot. It's by Renata Lechner. That's how you spell that and how you spell her name. Supportive Oracle cards are the Magical Spell cards by Lucy Cavendish. I don't think there's actually anything on here. I just always think there is. Or is there some schmutz? Maybe not. I can't tell. Alright. Relationship first, single second. Heavy hitters is what I was... You got some heavy hitters. What's that mean? Because I'm getting like this is a big... That's it? Okay. On your side, you have 1, 2, 3 major arcana. They have 2, 3... No, they have 3 as well. Out of... How many cards are here? 12? Half of them are major arcana. Out of the ones that aren't major arcana, you have... 4 court cards. So this it's a very strong reading in my opinion. Where are we going? Where are we starting? We're starting with the Knight of Cups. So you got love coming towards your partner from you. Is it coming towards you or towards your partner? Because the opposite card for your partner, the King of Wands, which is very complementary to a Leo. I'm getting your partner's initiating something, getting something going, kicking things off, saying what they want, going forward with it, getting it going. And I feel like this is just right up your alley. You're loving it. You got the support. You have that supportive energy that's very active. They're going forward. They're already in motion, making things happen, and you're just adding right into it. You're agreeing with it. This is great. I like this. This is perfect, and you're pushing forward with it. Now, that Knight of Cups on your side, like this is a good moment. You like this. This is great. Great. I love this. So that seems to be matching up very well. Your partner, continuing on the same path, same level, continuing forward. They have the Sun card. They love that you're a part of this. The way you're reacting, the way it's going. They're happy. They're continuing on the same level, the same direction. They're continuing on. But I'm noticing on your side is the Hanged Man. I feel like, honestly, I have to be honest here, because the way this is feeling is like your partner takes the initiative, starts it going, gets it going, blah, blah, blah. You're supporting that energy. They're continuing with that same energy. I feel like you want to kind of take the lead. You want to kind of switch it up, and you want to kind of take over after a while. It's just your natural momentum. You're excited. You're excited, and you want to go you want to just kind of go a slightly different direction. You just kind of want to do things your own way a little bit. But they're continuing on with their effort, and you don't want to obstruct that. You would like to change things a little bit. You would like to get things done. You would like to get things done. Because you got the 7 of Pentacles. You realize they're not finished. You realize they're not finished yet. They need to go through a few more things. There's a few more things they want to do. I just feel like you would like to make this come to fruition a lot faster than your partner does. You would like to complete this and get to the conclusion a lot faster than your partner is going to. And I'm getting like you're waiting. And the challenge card here is the 7 of Pentacles, waiting for that moment where it's where it needs to be, waiting. It's the waiting, I have to be honest with it. Because I'm getting the Hanged Man with the 7 of Pentacles. It's the waiting that's kind of a pain in your butt. You don't really like it. But you're doing that. But that's the only thing that's kind of pulling you back. Because I'm getting spiritually, you got the 5 of Pentacles. You would like, can we just finish this? Can I get what I need so I can complete this? I don't know if you can hear that, but my cat is in another room. I have he's got his food and all his toys in there. so he doesn't jump in front of the camera or knock it over. Him and the dog like to tag team with that. They have 2 dogs. So if you could hear like doors in the background, that's my cat like playing and jumping around and running back and forth. He's good though. He's got everything he needs in there. And this is interesting because I was distracted. I'm noticing like it's kind of like, I feel like it's kind of like him. He's like, he's usually fine, but right now he's like, I want to be out there and I want to see who you're talking to. So he's annoyed with me. And I feel like nothing is wrong, and I feel like this is part of like this part here. Like you want more, you want this to work out, you want this to finish, but you just can't get where you want to yet. I do feel like that's a little frustrating, but I feel like it's just kind of like you're having to have a little patience, and you're standing in the spot of the Hierophant. Like you're gonna do it, you can do it, you're fine. You just would like to move forward. I feel like that's the only frustrating spot of this whole reading is the waiting. And I'm getting, to be honest with you, your partner seems to be feeling it a little bit as well. Because their challenge card is the Strength card. They're holding on to the same energy. They're keeping it going. The longevity of the situation, I feel like that's a challenge for them too, but they're seeing that end goal and they're holding to it. And they're definitely the one with the Magician here. They're making it all happen. But their challenge card is the Strength to keep it going long enough to make it really come to that fruition that they want, to that benefit, to the what? To the harvest. There's a word I'm trying to get to that I'm not making it to. To that outcome that they desire. That they desire for the both of you. And they're having to hold on. I'm getting there's distractions there, and I'm noticing because like my cat, not my dog, is not, I don't know if you can hear that one. But there's a lot going on all of a sudden. Like, the energy is kicking in around me. Like, I feel like it's mirroring how this is feeling. Like, there's so much more you want to happen. So much going on. And you're holding to what you need to do. But there's so many things trying to distract you. But your partner is holding to it. And I'm getting, like, your partner is standing with the Page of Cups. Like, they're seeing this pay off really well. And all they have to do is keep in line with what they've already set in motion, and it'll work out. The Page of Cups is definitely a love card, but it's kind of like holding on and following through with what already is in place and just going through the emotions and keeping with that emotion to get to that success. Okay. Because I'm like, that's not traditional for that card, but that's what they want to go with that, so we will leave that. Everything's going well. Because I'm getting, what helps your partner is to actually keep communicating with you what's happening, to keep you in the know of what's going on, and to keep talking about the situation. Because I feel like that brings a lot of strength, a lot of momentum. It keeps the situation going. They do have a lot here they have a lot of passion for the situation as it's going forward, a lot of passion for you. True love, come to me. Like they want this to happen. All they have to do is keep communicating with you. It seems to keep them going. Your encouragement seems to keep them going. On your side, what makes the situation better is the Emperor. I'm getting like you do want to like take control. You do want to make this come to fruition. You want to finish this. But the Emperor is a strength of like it's what you want to do versus what you feel like you should do. And the Emperor usually wins out with what you should do. When you're handling it the way you feel it should be handled, you want to do something differently. You want to actually take control. And you want to make this come to fruition, but you're like, you know what, it's better if I let this play out this way. It's better if I have some patience. It's better if I let them keep going. It's better if I let them do what they want. It's better for both of us. And that Emperor energy for you is what's making things better. You're having that evolved moment where you're just like, I know what I want to do, but I know what I should do. And I'm holding to what I should do, and I'm making things work out because I'm going to let it work out the way it should work out for the best outcome for me and my partner. You're very much about them, I have to be honest. I feel like the reason you're doing this is because you feel like it's best for them. It's empowering for them. It does benefit you too, but you're doing it for them, and you feel like this is a good thing. Are we good? All right. So let's go through to Leo singles. All right, they're telling me the message is there, so it's good. Message is there, we're good. Sometimes I just kind of like hold on to something too long, and I feel like I talk about it too long. So I'm gonna go with this and just, they're saying the message came out, let it go. So let's do Leo singles. Leo singles. Messages for Leo singles, empowering information to help them see what's happening, see what they can do about it, and move things in the direction they want to go. Leo singles. Single Leos. That Sun card is making another appearance. That's a good thing. I don't know. Well, one card is probably here before, but one other card, but I don't think anything else. So, because I was questioning, did I shuffle these all enough? They're like, yeah, it's there. It's fine. Let's see. Stop. Okay. Like this is face down. All right. I'm like, I already know what it is because I'm flipping it back and forth, but they're like, face down is, there's a purpose we want to do that, so just do it. Now, single Leos. Working and waiting for a reason. Working and waiting. I'm getting these three together. The Justice card is where you're standing. The Nine of Wands is what you're thinking. The Three of Pentacles is your past. Now, between all of these, I'm getting all of this together. You've been trying to work on something. For some of you, you've been trying to work on who you choose. For others of you, you're waiting on somebody to be ready. You're being patient, you're giving somebody a chance to be ready, and you're realizing you have to kind of mold to how they move if you really want them in your life. If you really want this to happen, you got to mold to how they are a little bit more. Kind of a compromise, I'd say, but it depends on how you're viewing it, clearly. Your thoughts are, it's going to pay off, though, if you wait it out. You've been working on this for a while. You've been working on... See, I'm getting the two-road thing again. Like, it's either somebody you're waiting on, and you're feeling like it's going to pay off, or you're trying to really calm how you move forward. Like, almost like you find somebody, you move forward too quickly, and you just kind of... So, you're like, I need to take this slower. I need to get to know people slower. So you might be the one restricting yourself because you're like, I've moved forward too quickly before, and it's just blown up in my face. I don't want to do that. Okay, so all this, and this, you're feeling like this is the right thing to do. With Justice is where you're standing, like, this is the right thing to do for me to get what I want. I don't want to end up with just a quick flash in the pan and end up with nothing. There's no, why bother? I'm coming into this card here, the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands at the bottom is telling me that you're really, you want something to come forward. You're being patient, you're doing what you think is right, you're holding back, you're restricting yourself is what I'm getting. But you're having those urges, you're like, I really want to find somebody, you're feeling that urge to do what you normally do. And you're fighting it. I feel like that's actually working for you. Which I feel like that might go against what some other people would say. Because I'm feeling like in this case, if you go with the flow, the natural flow of what you normally do, you'll get what you normally get. You don't want that. And I feel like that's the kicker here. You're going against your own flow because you're like, well, if I go with my normal flow, I'm going to end up somewhere I don't want to be. So you're pushing against it. And I feel like this is a good thing. I feel like this is a good thing. Now, I'm also feeling here, as you're feeling this, you want to go forward with somebody. But you're thinking that's a bad idea. Somebody caught your eye or something. Something is grabbing your attention. Something's making you want to move forward. And the top card, though, is you're like, the Hanged Man, like, no, I don't want the same that I've always had. No, I don't want to keep doing that. But you're also, while you're kind of having that Hanged Man feeling, like, I can't go forward right now. I can't do that because I'm going to end up in the same spot. But you're wondering, like, what if I'm missing out on something that actually could be good? But you're like, what if I'm actually just going to head towards another bad situation, or a situation that works out or ends up the way I don't want it to end up? So you're kind of like, meh. You're stopping yourself from moving forward, but you're having a hard time with it, is what I guess I'm trying to say. And the Imagination card here is like, it's working twofold. One, You're like seeing yourself move forward too quickly and ending up in the same spot you've already been, maybe multiple times. But the other part is kind of like messing with you just a little bit. Like, what if I'm walking away from something that maybe this was the right one, but then you're like, oh, I've thought that before. I've thought that before. See, what is happening? Because somebody seems to be very slow around you. There's Page of Pentacle energy, which means to me, somebody moves forward slowly, but somebody is very dedicated. Somebody's more of a passive energy, because pages are more of a passive energy. They're more of like, what do I need to do? They follow somebody else's orders. Typically, they wait for somebody else to tell them what needs to be done. Somebody else gives them an offer. Somebody else kind of urges them to follow through on an offer. They're follower energy. And it's earth, too. To me, it seems more, well, I'm going to leave that where it is. It doesn't have to mean that person's an earth sign, because I honestly do hate it when people get very pigeonholed and like, could it be this sign or that sign? In all honesty, it's about how the person moves through life. This person definitely could be a Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. Could easily be. Yes. So I'm not going to negate that out, but I'm just saying if you hold yourself too tightly to that, it's about how that person is reacting to you. It's how this person is moving through life. It's their energy currently. Because it doesn't have to be like that's how they are, that's how they always are. This is currently how they're moving through life. I probably shouldn't have said that I hate that, even though I do. Because I know people, like, they connect that way, and that's their business, and that's fine if that's how you connect with it. I just feel like that's, like, you might be selling yourself short on that by just looking for that one characteristic and be like, well, they're not that, so it can't be them. It could be them. It's just talking about their energy at the moment. Because in the center, like, there's a very strong earth feel. See, this is interesting because you're like, well, the king's there too, but the person here is very page-like. The reaction is king-like. Like, it's earth, it's staying the same, but it's very much a follower energy, this person coming towards you, but the king energy is telling me it's very cemented in. How they've been going is how they're going to continue going. But that king energy pulling in is like if you're initiating it and spurring it forward and getting it to move forward, it will move forward. If you get this energy to agree to something, they will do that. So I feel like that's the king aspect of this, because it feels kind of mirrored, but I feel like the energy itself is more page, it's more follower. The reaction, the follow-through is king. If they say they're going to do something, they do that. If they're going to do this or that, or they agree to this, or you get them to move forward, they do definitely move forward. So the follow-through is king-like. They do what they say they're going to do. They move forward with what they say they're going to move forward with, relatively quickly, in my opinion. I hope that makes sense. Now, I'm seeing this person that you're trying to wait, you're trying to slow down, you're trying to go slower, but I'm seeing something moves forward here, and you got the Sun card with the Four of Wands. I'm getting something starts off really quick. Like, it goes a lot faster than you were expecting. It's going a lot faster than you're expecting. And I feel like something starts, and you're trying to start something slow. You're trying to get something to go slow. You're trying to hold off the normal pattern. You initiate something with this person, but I feel like you're talking to yourself in the sense of, like, you're talking yourself into something, I should say. To where you're like, I'll get this going, but it's just going to start slow. It's just casual, coffee, whatever. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal. We're just hanging out a little bit. That's fine. But I'm getting this other person catches into your momentum, and they move forward, and I feel like they're moving forward based on what they think you want them to do. And I'm getting, like, this just seems to, like, it triggers you. Like, they move forward and it triggers you, and it just seems to take its own momentum. And I'm getting really quickly, you get the Sun card with the Four of Wands. Like, you're bonding with this person really quickly, in spite of yourself. Like, this is a big change. This change just happens. Like, you're trying to stop it from happening. You're like, I'm just going to go slow. It'll just be coffee. It's fine. And it clicks right in, because the other person follows your lead. They follow based on what they think you want. That's that King Pentacle energy. following right through with they think they should be following through with. It ignites you, because you have king energy anyway is what I'm feeling. You have queen at the bottom here, but king, queen, it's all the same to me in the sense of leadership. One seems to be more analytical, the other seems to be more emotional, but they're both extremely successful and very powerful. I don't believe one trumps the other, not in my mind anyway. But I'm getting, either way, this energy pushes through. You're ignited, you go forward. It seems to lock in pretty quickly. I have to be honest with you. I'm seeing like there's a bond here. I'm not saying you're both like changing your Facebook status or whatever you want to say nowadays. But you're emotionally connecting in quite quickly. Now, I'm getting this goes forward a little farther. This person they got that follower energy. With that king follow through, like the page is going forward following what is following kind of orders, is an order follower in my opinion. The king though does what they say they're going to do and takes initiative to move forward with what's expected. I'm just nervous that I'm not explaining how these two energies match. Page is a follower, but the king, like the way these two are coming together, this is definitely a page energy that is following orders, goes through, gets done what it's expected, is very dedicated, is very dependable. But the king is one who takes initiative. The king is taking initiative based on what they think is expected of them. I hope that makes sense, because they're not creating the situation. They're not making the situation happening, because the king is the secondary card, which means they feel that you're expecting this, you're expecting that. So they're taking the initiative to make it happen because they feel like that's what's already expected of them. That's the role that they're already supposed to be following. I really hope that's coming across correctly, because to me in my mind it makes sense, but I don't know if people are getting it. Like this person is not the leader. They're not the initiator. But they are going forward, or they're taking initiative to do what they already feel they're supposed to do. All right. I just hope that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Because I'm getting that they're doing that. They seem to be going forward. They're doing what they feel is expected. They're taking initiative with what they think you are expecting them to do. Very important. Because I'm getting this is going forward, and you got the Page of Swords with the Beauty card. You're seeing this go forward. You're seeing them take the initiative. And I'm getting the reason we're really pushing that they're doing what they feel like you're expecting them to do is because I feel like it might be a little moment of confusion. Because you might think that they're the ones taking the reins of this situation and they're pushing it forward. And technically, if you look at it on paper, it does look that way. If you look at it on paper, it does look that way. Emotionally, though, why it's happening is because they really feel like this is what they need to do to be with you. This is what you expect from them. They do feel very strongly about you. That's emotionally what's happening. That's the driving force behind what's happening. It's really, really the most important part here to me, because if they don't think you're interested, or that if they don't think you expect this, things change. If they don't think you expect that, or if you say something to shut that down, it shuts right down. They're doing what they feel like you want them to do to be in a relationship with you. It seems really, really important. Like they're pushing that extremely hard. Extremely, extremely hard. And the beauty here is to say, the beauty here is saying, how do you really feel about this? Like, you notice there's a mirror in that person's hand. Like, look at, how do you really feel about the situation? Are you happy? Does it really feel good? Or does this feel off? Does this feel too familiar? Does this feel comfortable enough that you want to keep going? Is it just like awkward? Awkward can be okay as long as it doesn't make you feel bad. I hope that makes sense too. I think it does to the people that matters to, quite frankly. If you're just awkward, like I don't know what to think, I don't know how to react to this, but you don't feel like, I feel like this is bad for me, like this makes me uncomfortable, I want to run and scream, you're okay. Because I'm getting like they're saying at this point where you're seeing how this person is acting and how they're reacting, and it seems like they're taking the initiative, seems like they're pushing it forward. This is the point where you need to decide, does this go forward or not? Because you're actually the one in control here. It just doesn't look like it on paper. Emotionally, though, the other person, again, I have to say it for the 50th time, I know, they're reacting the way they think you want them to. So it's really you, believe it or not, that's in control here. It just may seem like the other person is at this point. So they're saying, take a quick look. How do you feel? Do you want this person in your life? Does it feel good to you? Because I feel like you're going to have this reaction going forward, at least for a while, where they're going to keep reacting to what they feel you want. And as long as you keep supporting that and encouraging that, it'll keep going for a while. But if you discourage it or say you don't want that, it could just it could be like letting the air out of a balloon. It just, and it's done. Happens pretty quickly, lets the air out, and then it could just kind of stagnate the whole situation. Now, you got, I feel like it's a choose your own ending. I feel like it's a choose your own ending. I really do. If you let the air out of the balloon, you get the Two of Swords. It's going to just kind of go to deadlock. And I feel like this might not go anywhere. If you encourage it and you decide to go forward with it, then you get the Fool card. You just got to take that step out there and see where it goes. I'm getting at this point that might, it's going to, really they're saying with that Beauty card, how do you feel? Does it feel awkward and just a little uncomfortable? Just because it's just, you don't know what to make of it? Or is it awkward and uncomfortable in the sense of you want to run and scream? Because you're really uncomfortable. You're just I want to run away, I want to scream, I don't like this. If it makes you unhappy, uncomfortable, then just say walk away. Let the deadlock happen, because it's probably for the best. But if you're just kind of it's awkward, I just feel a little strange, it's weird for me, it's not what I'm normally used to. If that's the case, they're isn't that kind of what you're going for anyway? Aren't you trying to break out of a pattern? A pattern that wouldn't, your normal pattern would be comfortable. If this is different than normal, maybe you should go with it to see where it goes. As long as it doesn't set off red flags. If it's setting off red flags or it's making you nervous, you really don't feel good about it, you're I don't really know if I like this. It's not just awkward, but it makes me feel really like something's wrong. You're this could go bad. Maybe you should let it stagnate and go away. But if you're thinking it's just weird and it's just not what I'm used to, they're saying their advice is go forward with that. It's going to really depend on your situation. And their advice card, this is face down, but I saw it. Passion. What do you really want? If you really give yourself a chance to think about this, if it keeps going the way it is, do you see yourself liking it? Or do you see yourself really feeling this is not what I want? This is never what I want. There's definitely going to be there's going to be some of you who go, you're seeing what's happening, and you're letting it happen, but you're this is never what I want. I don't like how this is going. I don't want this. This is against how I live. I'm not saying it's bad, it's just not right for me. If you're having that feeling where you really like this person, they get your attention, they get your interest, but the way they're going about things right now, you really, really don't like it. They're saying, don't go forward with this. Because this is more about who this person is than you realize. It's not saying anybody's good or a bad person. It has nothing to do with that. If the energy doesn't match to that level where you're really uncomfortable with it, and you really I don't like this at all, this can't continue this way, I don't really want this to continue this way, I can't see myself getting used to this and really liking it, it may be better for me, but I don't like it. If you really don't like it, don't do it. They're saying follow your passion. Can you be okay with it or not? If it's awkward and just it's different, I don't know what to make of it, that's okay. But if you're I don't like it, I really don't like it, it's going to self-destruct. I feel I hope I'm bringing that forward because I feel that's what they're trying to say there. It's with the passion card, how do you really feel? It has nothing to do with anybody being a good or bad person. It has nothing to do with that. But just see it for what it is for right now. If you really aren't happy, it's not going to last. But if you're just awkward and just I don't know how to react to this, I just don't know how to react to this, and that's why, then go with it. Try it. Give it a shot. Because this is the different path you've been looking for. I've said that probably 50 times. Sorry. I feel like I repeated myself a lot in this part. But I think that we're done. Alright, so I'm going to wrap that up there. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.